Like, all he does is trauma dump on her. Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nyasha and I'm so glad that you're here. Today we've got a reading vlog. It's 9 a.m. on a Friday, and if you can't tell, I'm not in York. I'm currently in New York visiting my family. So that's what's with the change of scenery. But I was just thinking about how I haven't filmed any sort of bookish videos in a very long time, and I miss it so much. So I thought, why don't I film an end of year reading vlog? That's my hope. I'm basically trying to read as many books as possible before 2026 ends, because I'm trying to reach all my reading goals. Maybe not all of them, but as many reading goals as I can. It's the 19th of December, so we've got a good couple of days left that we can get a bunch of reading done. And plus, I'm not at uni right now, I'm on winter break, so I do have a bit more time on my hands. So let me get you up to speed with what I've been reading. I only brought my Kindle on this journey because I wanted to reduce the amount of things that I was bringing to New York so I could bring more stuff back. And I did plan on buying some books while I was here, you know, because I can't be helped. So I'm reading everything on my Kindle. The book that I brought to read here first was The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Guys, I have been wanting to read that series for so long, and I'm so glad that I am now well and truly deep into the Natural series. So I'm currently reading Killer Instinct, which is the second book in the series, and I'm almost done with it, if I'm not mistaken. I'm 71% of the way through page 220. These are so quick and easy to read, so fast-paced. If you don't know what the Naturals series is about, I've heard a lot of people say that it's like CSI. I've never watched that before, so I don't even know if I can recommend that, but it's like CSI meets teenagers. I don't know. Basically, in the first book you follow, and in the rest of the series you follow Cassie, and she is recruited by the FBI because she has some sort of extra abilities when it comes to profiling people. And so then there's this whole group of young teenagers, not that young, they're like 17, 18, this whole group of teenagers who have been selected for this program, the Naturals program, for a specific reason. It's like almost like superhuman, the way that they do these things and how they can methodically think through every single thing that's happening around them and help with solving crimes. But what the program specializes in is serial killers. So it's crazy. Like, I was not expecting to enjoy it this much, but I'm having so much fun, like you don't even know. Once I finish Killer Instinct, I'm debating between picking up the third book in the series because I feel like I could just binge all four of them and just like get them all done. But there is one book that I really want to read by the end of this year, which is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. So that's also my TBR, like my immediate TBR, because I think I've had that book on my year-long TBR for like 3 years in a row now. Like, it's getting ridiculous. Like, I need to read that book. So yeah, that's the only thing that's stopping me from picking up the third book in the Natural series right now. We're gonna start reading. One thing about these books, at least for me, they have kept me on the edge of my seat the whole way through. In the first book, because obviously you're trying to find basically a serial killer, like every book sort of. The first book, I did not see it coming. I did not see it coming until literally, like, I think a page before. I was like, could that even be a possible? And then I was like, surely not. Come to find out. So I was actually gobsmacked, and I love it. I love working with like the whole group of teens, and like especially Cassie, like going through her mind, because she's a profiler, so she looks at like behaviors, personality, just how you outwardly express yourself, and from that she can gauge what type of person that you are. And so I just enjoy watching her like deduce things from people just from the way that they say hello or just the way that they move around, and just like, oh, I love it so much. But I have no idea who the serial killer is in this book either. When I say I want a good murder mystery, this is it. There's something so addictive about this series. I just don't know what it is. And it is young adult, which it doesn't feel young adult when you're reading it, but then when you deal with like the sort of personal relationships that appear in the series, then you kind of see, oh yeah, this is giving YA. But the actual like serial killer part and the cases, it's interesting. I'm now 87% of the way through the book. We are at a point in the book right now where it feels like it should be ending, but I think it's too easy. Like, I think it's way too easy for it to end like that. So we'll see. I'm gonna obviously finish the book. I wanted to tell you that there's a love triangle in this series, which is like, I feel like Jennifer Lynn Barnes just loves to do that. She loves to just throw in a little love triangle just to mess things up. And I think I might be on the wrong side for once in my life. I'm trying to figure out, I don't think it's a spoiler because you meet, like, the love triangle literally happens immediately in the first book, like to the point where it's like, that doesn't even make sense. Like, you shouldn't even be in a love triangle. But that's why I was like earlier, oh, you can feel that it's a young adult when you get involved in the personal relationships between the characters. If you don't want to hear it, I'll just put a little timestamp for skipping over it. I'm on Team Michael. Like, I think that he is so much better than Dean, and I hate it. I don't want her to end up with Dean because he doesn't have anything. Like, all he does is trauma dump on her, and she's in love with that, and she's like, I feel for you. She actually barely knows these guys. So if anything, I would tell her to cut it off, both of them. Just be friends. You live in the same house, like, it's gonna get so messy. But if she would have to pick, I would want her to pick Michael because he has put his limb out for her. He is constantly being like, I see that you have feelings for this other guy, but I'm giving you the choice. Like, just tell me. I only want you to be thinking about me when you're with me. Like, he's so sweet, and I just want him to be happy. And he also, like, he said something just now that I was completely gobsmacked. Talking about Dean. I know that you care about him. I know that you're attracted to him. I know that when he hurts, it hurts you. I know that he never looks at you the way he looks at Leah, that you're not a sister to him. I know that he wants you. He's in over his head with you. But I also know that half the time he hates that he wants you. And then further on he goes, I don't just want you, I want to want you. Bro, like, if she doesn't end up with Michael, something is wrong. Something is wrong. But yeah, I'm gonna continue reading. Because what the flip is this? What the flip is this? Actually, this is too good. This is too good. One more chapter. One more chapter. Hello, beautiful people. So it's been a while since I last updated you. I think it's now Tuesday, and you last saw me finishing Killer Instinct on Friday evening. Do not fret, I have been reading since, but there's been a change of plans. So before we get into what I'm reading right now, I'm just gonna give a brief little review on Killer Instinct with no spoilers, of course. I ended up giving that book 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. I really liked it. I think throughout the book I was kept on the edge of my seat for the majority of the time, and I was just building this lovely connection with the characters. And although there are moments when the main character Cassie, she really annoys me, like, she's probably not my favorite protagonist, I do love seeing the way that her mind works and how, because of the gifts that she has and the skills she has, regular interactions between people cannot really take place. Yeah, that was good. That was fun. The love, I think I mentioned it, the love triangle, in my opinion, she's chosen the wrong person, and I'm really upset about it. I'm very upset. I did not think it was going to end that way. Talking about the ending as well, it was very thrilling. I'll give you that for sure. It did sort of have a similar element to how the first book ended, and now my only issue is if that continues to happen at the end of every single book, this entire series is gonna have to go down. You can't have that much repetitiveness and that be okay. But regardless of that, I did enjoy how it all played out, and I really had fun going along for the mystery, trying to figure out who the serial killer was, who their next target was, blah, 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 blah. It felt like there was more depth in the mystery that we were following, but that's just probably because we're now getting into routine. We know these characters, we know the locations, and it's just, you know, introducing that new factor. So like we don't have to figure out how people's gifts work, sort of. So I enjoyed that. It was just like from the get-go, just straight away, you're inside this mystery. So yeah, overall I really did enjoy the book, and I would definitely recommend it if you want something that's thrilling, that's like very, and when I say very quick to read, I mean very quick. It's so fast-paced, it's ridiculous. And I know that some people might be like, oh, if you read it that quickly there's no depth. I can kind of see that argument, but also just read it because it's fun and you'll have fun. You'll enjoy yourself, I promise. Or you won't, and then you just don't tell me, because I'm really growing to love these characters. But yeah, so that was on Friday, and then I started reading The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, I think on my way back from the movie, because we watched Avatar 3. I could do a whole different rant about that film, but this is not what that's about. We're talking about books. So yeah, I started reading The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and I got up till 15%, which I don't know what the chapter is, but I was really enjoying it, and it's very different to what obviously I was reading before, which was just, you know, young adult sort of mystery thrillers, and it's more of a, I don't even know if it is like a fantasy, but I would probably put it as a fantasy. There's like dual timelines that we're following with our one main character, and I can tell that this might be a real favorite book of mine, because the writing is just to die for. It is beautiful. I've highlighted so many quotes already because I have no words for it. I'll get back into speaking about it later on in this video, because I picked up the third book in the Natural series, because as I was reading The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, I kept thinking about the characters in the Natural series, and I was like, I'm not going to give Addie LaRue half of my attention, because I know that it could be a 5-star read for me. So I'm just gonna finish the Natural series before I go into that one. So that's where we are right now. I'm going to read, I'm already 4% through. I started this morning, and I'm going to read to my heart's content. I don't think I'm going anywhere. I'm not leaving the house today. So yeah, it's just gonna be a bunch of reading, a bunch of working, and we're gonna have fun. I'm 38% of the way through All In, and it's going really good. I'm excited for it's so hard to talk about books within a series without spoiling it, but I'm just trying to say that I'm excited to be focusing on a specific character's backstory, because I feel like we hardly have seen a lot about them in the entirety of the series. So I'm glad that they're getting not their own book, obviously, because they're sort of still a side character, but I'm glad that we're getting more insight into them and their past, and possibly why they are the way that they are. So we've got that, which I'm really enjoying. And then also the mystery itself, this one is actually really confusing me. Like, this serial killer that we are following, it kind of relies a lot on like maths and like sequences and stuff like that. If there's one thing you guys need to know about me, I do not mess with maths. I'm not a mathematician. Numbers and me, we do not mix very well. So I keep getting confused as they're coming, like seeing all these clues, and they're putting 2 and 2 together. I'm like, how did we get 2 and 2 to get together? You know what I mean? But yeah, it's still very easy to understand and like get through. So yeah, so that's all in. It's going really well. And then I also forgot to mention that I'm actually technically reading 3 books. I'm reading an audiobook. I'm listening to, oh my gosh, what's it called? It's a novel story by Ashley Poston. I started that a couple of days ago. I'm now, I think, around 60% of the way through, and it's mid. It's so mid. I feel like it's gonna be 3 stars or less. And I think I had the same reaction to my first Ashley Poston book, which was The Dead Romantics, which I did read in a vlog as well. Romance just doesn't seem like it's real at all, and I'm not meshing with the characters, the plot, none of it. So I'm literally just listening to it so I have an audiobook to listen to, and I'm gonna finish it because I've spent hours on it and I want to finish. Like, I don't want to have wasted those hours. But yeah, it's not one of my favorite romances, and I think for Ashley Poston, I might just have to give her one more chance and listen to, or maybe read, the 7-Year Slip, because everyone says that that's her best book, and I don't know, I'm just not vibing with her books so far. But those are the 2 books that I'm currently reading, and then The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue is on hold. But I did want to mention there's one thing that I'm noticing in this book, which is kind of getting on my nerves a little bit, but I just feel like we're having a lot of repetition when it comes to either, because I know that it's a series, and at the beginning of each series, like at the beginning of each book, there's sort of like the reminding of why, who, what, where, you know, the basics of a story. But I think maybe because I am binging this, I don't need to be refreshed of all these things, and so it just feels like there's a severe amount of repetition, which, like, obviously I can't be that mad because the books didn't come out all one after the other. Like, there was definitely time in between each release, so you definitely would have needed that reminding. But reading them all back to back, I'm like, okay, we know this already, I know this already. And I wish there could have been time spent on other things and like developing other elements of the story, because it just feels like we keep coming back to the same things, especially at the beginning of the book, and only by the end are we, you know, fleshing out different things, but by then we're already wrapping up the story. So I feel like the pacing of the books can sometimes be a little bit off, and there's just a lot of repetition, but that's about it. Hello, beautiful people. So I'm now in bed. If I look tired, it's because I am. I had a very long traveling journey. It was stressful, to say the least. I'm just very grateful to God that I am in bed right now on the day that I was supposed to be. That's not what it's about. We are here to talk about the book that I finished on the train ride, which was All In by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, which is the 3rd book in the Natural series. Yes, I think I read the first 3 books in a span of just over 2 weeks. So if you're looking for something that's really like easily bingeable, easy characters to get a grasp on, easy concept, well, somewhat easy concepts to understand, the Natural series is where you should be, like 100%. It is so good. It is so good. And I don't know what it is about it that makes it so addicting, but I have fallen in love with the characters. I fall in love with the place. I enjoy the fact that every single time we have a book, we have basically a new case that we are solving. But also you see that some of these cases are interlinked, and you have an overarching story that is being told throughout the entirety of the series, and it's just done so well. I love it so much. We are coming to the end of this reading vlog because I wanted it to be how many books off of my 2026 TBR can I take down. And the main book I wanted to read was The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, so that I could take it off because it was one of my 5 of 2025. But it's now the 30th of December, and I'm still only, what, 15% of the way through that book. So it is not, unfortunately, it is not getting read this year either. I know, it's really bad. Obviously, it doesn't matter, but I've started it, and so now I know for sure that I'm definitely going to read it next year. I just had to put it down because I could not think about anything else except for the Natural series, and I didn't want to do The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue a disservice by not giving it my full attention. And so then the book I'm about to show you that I'm reading tonight, which I'm gonna get nice and cozy in with, is actually not The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and it's also not the final book in the Natural series, because once I finished reading on the train, I wasn't able to download the final Natural series book. I don't know why I didn't download it beforehand, because I knew I was going to finish it on the journey. But instead, I picked up The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year by Ali Carter. It has Christmas past, yeah, but I saw a lot of people reading this book and I really wanted to get to it, and it doesn't even matter that Christmas is over, it's still winter. So to me, this is perfectly fine. I'm gonna read it and we're all gonna be fine. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be grand. Hopefully. I'm enjoying the banter so far. I like the vibes of it. If you've been on my channel for a while, you'll know that when it comes to romances, I don't really like the sappy, very rom-com-y. I like a romance that's more gritty, more basically traumatic. I love a romance that has more depth to it. I have to say, most romances, I really don't enjoy them because I just feel like they've been done before. But I always do try and pick up new ones just so that I can constantly give myself the opportunity to get a new opinion on them. And so that's why I've picked up this one, because a lot of people said that it was really good and I want to see what it's about and see what the hype is. It seems like an interesting concept, and it's only 200 something pages, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna fly through it. Hopefully I'll finish it by tomorrow so that I can have another book read before the year ends. Thank you so much for watching this bookish vlog. I hope you were inspired to pick up another book, pick up a whole new series, the Natural series. That's me telling you to pick up the Natural series. And I hope to see you guys in another one of my bookish videos, because we have so much fun here. We just love to yap, we love to read, we love to do it all. Everything bookish, we do it here. So yeah, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video.